Today I want to talk about how sometimes believing in the unbelievable can actually be helpful to you. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me, Matt here, and today I'm discussing something that I like to refer to as belief morphing. It is this concept of actually changing your beliefs constantly, either based on, the facts that you found out to be true, or sometimes not based on any fact whatsoever, but simply based on what beliefs suit you and suit the things that you want to explore. So this might sound a little bit weird to you guys. Why would you want to believe in something that you don't have any particular facts to back up? And why would you want to change between beliefs all the time? Well, what I like to do, and this is a kind of unconventional way of having beliefs, is I like to have two beliefs about any given thing at the same time. I like to have the most skeptical belief possible about that thing, and I also like to have the most open-minded view about that thing possible at the same time. So you may have noticed this with some of my videos. You may have heard me discuss subjects like, say, astral projection, and it's kind of hard to decipher what I believe based on those videos a lot of the time, because you get the impression from some things that I'm saying that I believe that it's just something in the mind, that it's just like lucid dreaming, that there's not much to it, and then from something else that I say, it sounds like I'm open to the idea that you're actually leaving your body or retrieving information from elsewhere, and so you might be a bit confused by these views. But that is because of how I structure my beliefs. I like to have my mind open to any possibility, so I like to keep these two types of beliefs separate. I have the skeptical side of my beliefs, which is I will only believe things if I've had direct evidence through experience or through, studies and stuff like that, that things work in a certain way. That is, one side of my beliefs. The other side of my beliefs is much more malleable and basically relates to the thing that I'm exploring itself. So if it perhaps helps me to have an astral projection by believing that I am actually leaving my body, then that is what I will allow myself to believe in that moment while I'm doing it. Now the other thing that having these two separate belief systems allows me to do is it allows me to actually find out with some accuracy what things are real and what things aren't. Because the truth of it is, most of us fall too far on one side or the other. Most of us are either too skeptical about things and we actually miss some things simply because we're too skeptical of them to actually experiment with them and try them out, or we're too open-minded. We take everything anyone says and we just believe it. We believe the most irrational things ever, and we're just open to being influenced by anyone. Now, if you fall on either of these two sides, you're going to be missing out on a lot of truth. But if you actually can be somewhere in the middle, then you're likely going to get the most truth out of the situation. So that's why I like using both. I like being skeptical about everything as much as I can, and not taking anything as fact until I have, some direct knowledge that it is that way. But at the same time, I like being completely open-minded to even the most crazy and weird possibilities. Because that way, I will encounter the crazy and weird things that actually are real and that seemingly are just unexplainable. And at the same time, I will also not be pulled into being, influenced by people making up stories and so on, because I know that I only have certain evidence for certain things. So it prevents me from jumping to conclusions in either direction, and it allows me to have a more accurate picture of what is going on. But it also has another added benefit. Now, if you saw my video about placebo that I released last week, you'll know that belief is very, very powerful and can have a physical effect on you. So by believing certain things, it is going to affect the way that certain things happen for you. So if you believe certain things about, say, lucid dreaming, that is going to affect your lucid dreaming experience. So this is what belief morphing is for. Basically, I don't do anything with this side. This skeptical side, I don't change my beliefs other than when I get new evidence. If I get new evidence, then my beliefs here will shift based on that evidence to fit what is the most accurate representation of the world that I currently have. On this side, however, this side is more malleable, and so I will shift my beliefs as necessary for whatever I'm doing. So if it helps me to believe that lucid dreaming works in a certain way, or that astral projection works in a certain way, or that something else I do works in a certain way, then I will just take on that belief because it helps at the time. I won't believe it on this side because I haven't had any evidence yet. If I get evidence that it works that way, then this side, the skeptical side, will believe that. But for now, I can believe it on the kind of side that doesn't have any rules. So by having these two separate ways of dealing with things, I can have a belief that is whatever I like at any time. And I do often change my beliefs this way. I will often allow myself on this side of things to believe in the most irrational, the most wonderful, the most strange things that there are. And by doing that, by allowing myself to do that, I've discovered that a lot of things that I perhaps thought were irrational, perhaps actually weren't. And in the process of doing that, I've found out some weird and wonderful things about the world. I've explored a lot of things that I normally wouldn't have explored because simply I felt too skeptical to actually explore them. And as a result, I've also discovered some things that I didn't believe worked until I actually tried them, and they actually did. And I will definitely make more videos on some of those subjects. But it is a powerful tool, being able to shift your beliefs as you like. And I do suggest trying out a belief system like mine, where you have a set of fixed beliefs based only on pure evidence that you actually get, and a set of malleable beliefs that you base on what beliefs are helpful to you at the time. So for example, if you're having trouble with lucid dreaming, I talk a lot about lucid dreaming on this channel, so I'm just going to use this as an example. If you're having a lot of trouble with it, then what you can do is, you have your firm, rooted beliefs in what lucid dreaming is, how it works and so on, based on the evidence that you've received and based on your own experiences or whatever. But you can also create some beliefs that are going to help you with lucid dreaming. So for example, you can believe that a certain method is just going to work better. Just watch videos on all the different methods, and you're going to find that one of those methods resonates with you better. So you can allow yourself to take on the belief that this method is just the best method and it has the highest success rate, whether you know that's true or not. In fact, it might even be that you know that that's not true. Based on evidence, you know that's not true. But you can allow yourself to believe that as if it was. And through the result of placebo and so on, and your beliefs that you have, you're actually going to get better results with that method. So it may actually help you lucid dreaming. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, remember to subscribe up there for more. And also check out my Patreon page. If you want to support the channel, you can support it over there. And you can also find out what videos are coming out next week. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.